You are welcome to Nana's Tarot and Oracles. I am the Nana, and Nana loves you. You have a home here for comfort and contemplation, hope and inspiration, rest, renewal, and relaxation. Your readings will empower you to use your intuition to help you towards a better life. All readings are dedicated to truth and light, but cannot take the place of professional services of any kind. Readings are general for the collective, and if they do not sound right for you, they may not be for you. Please try again another time. If you like what you're hearing, please select the like button below and subscribe with all notifications. Share with your friends or family. It's free. If you have a question or a comment, I'll try to answer it below. You are important to Nana, and Nana is always grateful to see you again. Today is January the 26th, and today we have a big event on the astrological calendar where after Neptune was sitting on the final degree of the zodiac for the last 3 straight months, today it finally crosses the threshold and moves into Aries, from Pisces into Aries. This is from water into fire, and we've been talking about how we are moving from earth and water signs into fire and air signs. And this is after 14 years in the sign of Pisces. Neptune begins a brand new journey around the wheel of the signs, a journey that will last for the next 165 years. Saturn is still moving through the final degrees of Pisces, but will join Neptune on February the 13th and 14th. We have big events coming on February the 17th and 20th as well. This is sort of the beginning or the kickoff of that. But today, Neptune begins a brand new journey first. This is taken from a newsletter I received from Tanya Gabrielle, who is an astronumerologist. Neptune is being reborn in the sign of fire, passion, initiative, new beginnings, and confidence. And she has a lovely picture to illustrate that. Initially, Neptune in Aries may feel a bit disorienting. Neptune is a water planet and correlates to mood, intuition, sensitivity, and empathy. So Neptune doesn't think or feel the impulse to act. Neptune is aligned with timelessness, but Aries spurs you into action and forward momentum now. Aries takes risks. You might remember that we have looked at the Fool and the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune as cards that are all tarot cards for the upcoming year. These are cards that talk about action and risk-taking. This combination of water and fire elements, Tanya says, can bring profound changes in people's beliefs and inspire a compelling reason to act on them rather than remain passive. Idealism will transform into realism, especially with Saturn partnering up with Neptune and Aries shortly. One high vibrational expression of Neptune and Saturn and Aries will be the passionate engagement of building new structures that are inspired by compassion, wisdom, and realism, and fueled by a desire to be of service to a higher good. Neptune symbolizes expansive, unconditional love, surrender, and acceptance of the divine flow. Saturn represents Chronos, time, and the timing of destined events. Neptune and Saturn in Aries, embodiments of timelessness and time, are initiating a spiritual catharsis. This is a stunning collective awakening coming to a crescendo now. Are you feeling this? We certainly have had a lot of weather excitement over the last 2 days, and also a lot of current events issues. And so I thought today was a good day for us to check in and have a reading. And today I'd like to begin with Rebecca Campbell's Inner Temple Oracle. All cards are pre-shuffled. Let's see what our card for today is. Today, we have the Chamber of Forgiveness. I note here in this picture that we have the new moon, which of course we have experienced very recently, although we are certainly now into the first part of the moon cycle. Let's see what Rebecca Campbell has to say about the Chamber of Forgiveness. Certainly, we are experiencing some current events that may bring this card into relevance. The Chamber of Forgiveness. There's no question that it's through our relationships, both with ourselves and others, that we grow the most. Through the disappointments, betrayals, heartaches, and heartbreaks. Through growing apart and the inevitability of change, through all of this, we grow. The Chamber of Forgiveness reminds us of our innate innocence and of the need to keep our heart tender towards ourselves and others, to soften and humble ourselves in our humanness. When the heart hurts, it wants to shut down, harden, and close itself off from the world. This is a normal reaction to the ache that comes with being human. The Chamber of Forgiveness is a card of heart healing and deep, deep compassion for yourself and others too. It invites us to find a way to keep our heart open through the hurt, the blame, the betrayal, the anger, and the shame. Not to shut down or close our heart over or harden ourselves from life. Our grief is evidence of how much we love. For it's impossible to live with an open heart and not experience hurt or grief. Forgiveness has a mysterious timing, and you cannot rush it. But there often comes a day when, after many tears have been shed and candles lit, the heart doesn't ache like it did before. We may find a softness in our voice where there was previously sharpness and pain. This is the energy of the Chamber of Forgiveness. It's a process that's unfolding within us always. And if this card appears for you, then chances are this process is intelligently unfolding within you too. Yes, I would say that now is a time that we need to be thinking about forgiveness. And now, let's have a talisman oracle card. I have held on to this card because it seemed to catch and to want to come out. Let's see what it is. This card is good fortune. And I must say that we certainly have felt that we've had some good fortune this weekend with the weather. The weather was anticipated to be quite severe, and we were somewhat fearful that we might experience serious consequences. Here is the text if you want to read it, and there is the enlargement of the sacred geometry that each card incorporates. In a reading, in ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was a symbol of good fortune, rebirth, and protection from jealousy. This card indicates prosperity and long-term success. It could also mean a miracle or a blessing. This, however, is not a passive fortune. Now is the time to formulate new ideas about the path you want to follow. Excuse me. Decide what you are interested in and take action, because luck is on your side. This card can ease the hard work that needs to be done to get to the finish line, but it's up to you to see yourself through. You will resurrect your power when you encounter obstacles on your way, but you need to stay focused on your goals. Don't forget to celebrate your success. The talisman power. The good fortune card can be used in numerous ways, all tied in with long-lasting good fortune. Use this card when you want to find your calling, or when you want to increase the long-term beneficial effect in a relationship, business venture, or situation. Envision the scarab beetle digging around and gathering good luck. Your affirmation for today is, I attract good fortune. And I certainly hope we do. And I'm very grateful for the good fortune that I have recently experienced. And now, because these oracle cards seem so wintry and cozy, the Goddess Love Oracle by Wendy Andrew. Let's have an oracle card for these very cold winter days. We are forecast to have low temperatures in the single digits. That is quite chilly for us. Here is our oracle card, and it looks so cozy. Our oracle card for today is Shelter. Number 31. You are cherished. Let's see what Wendy has to say for number 31. Here is the text if you'd like to stop the video and read it. Shelter, you are cherished. Winter Mother is here to tell you that you are seen, heard, loved, and cherished. She holds you safe, even in your darkest times, and wraps her arms around you. She wants you to know how much you are loved always and unconditionally. When times are tough, look, listen, and feel for your divine mother. Sometimes she may be still and quiet, asking you to find peace within yourself. At other times, she may stir and crash as a violent storm, teaching you to plant your feet firmly. and to hold on tight. In this way, she may be testing your faith, that she will always shelter you. And like her winds and rains, so too your dark clouds will pass. In the depth of winter, although tree limbs are barren and bare, still their roots hold firm deep in the earth, connected to one another under the frozen surface. There is comfort and strength in connecting with others. Goddess asks you to reach out to soul sisters and brothers for support and kinship. She may guide you to find kindred spirits and send her sacred creatures to lead you on your way. Winter Mother says, I will hold you through the darkness and charge you with my love, so that you will emerge from my shelter restored, bright, and radiant. If you stop the video and look at the text, there is a box with some goddess-inspired daily practices that might help you. And here is the completion of those. Oh, that is just a lovely oracle for today in a time of great coldness and deep winter, when we feel the need for some coziness. Now let's have a significator from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. Our significator today is the World. And the World is presenting in the reverse position. The World is the last card of the major arcana, number 21, and is indicative of the end of a cycle. It has no negative meaning, either appearing upright or in reverse. The energy is the same. And certainly it speaks to the end of Neptune's long cycle and stepping into the beginning of the new cycle. And on the reverse, we have the Devil again. We had the Devil in our last reading. The Devil is also a major arcana card, number 15. The Devil is thought to represent obsession and bondage. And so this brings to mind what we need to consider, and if we need to consider what we may be tied to, whether we need to cut those ties, whether we need to step through the portal into a new era. And I looked at the bottom of the deck, and so I will share. And the next two cards are the Fool and the Three of Cups. The World is the last of the major arcana. The Fool is where we restart the cycle, the first of the major arcana cards. The Three of Cups. Cups, of course, are the water sign, having to do with feelings and emotions. Threes have to do with growth and expansion. 3 is, of course, also the number of the Empress. But the three ladies we see here could represent so many things. Many people think they might be representative of the triple goddess, the maiden, mother, crone. This card is thought to represent feelings of unity and celebration. And that certainly seems like it might be appropriate for the closing of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. Now let's have some clarification from the Unfolding Path Tarot. Our clarifying card is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is presenting in the reverse position. Cups, of course, are the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. They represent feelings and emotions. The Queen of Cups presenting in the reverse position, in particular here, might represent some difficulty in dealing with feelings or emotions. Even though we have a card of celebration here, we also have the card of the Devil with bondage and obsession. Sometimes we might be caught between the two. The reverse of the deck, we see the Emperor. The Emperor is another major arcana card, and we are getting a lot of major arcana cards in this reading. We have the World, the Devil, and the Fool, and now the Emperor. So out of 6 cards, 4 of them are major arcana. This indicates the seriousness of this astrological transit. And in fact, my feeling, my intuition is that the Emperor represents the impending Saturn component, because Tanya Gabrielle discusses how Neptune is about timelessness, Saturn is about time. Neptune is about dreaminess, Saturn is about reality. The Emperor is about taking control and making real changes, taking dreams and establishing real structures. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with that discipline. Perhaps that might cause some turbulence in our feelings as well. These are very interesting cards today. Let's have a look at the runes. Our rune for today is Fehu. Fehu is the rune of abundance, reward, and fulfillment. And there are quite a few indicators that the upcoming year may be a year of increase and abundance and fulfillment, and the energy to get things done. And now, let's have a hexagram from the I Ching, the Book of Changes. Our hexagram for today is number 4. And that's an interesting picture. Let's look at Benabel Wynn's excellent text. And the hexagram we have received, hexagram number 4, is Meng, naivete, which is composed of the trigrams for earth and water. Here is the oracle. This is an interesting oracle, especially considering that we have drawn the Fool. The oracle here says, look at the comparison of the pictures here. You are focused on the wrong inquiry. The oracle shall give no further insight unless the inexperienced fool can return with proper sincerity. Seek out better teachings to learn better ways. Be aware of your inexperience. Acknowledge it. Your modesty will advance you much further than the fool feigning to be the master. This is the folly of inexperience. The solution is simple. Greater nourishment and nurture. Now it does say just below the oracle, a favorable outcome for the naive but innocent. I do not seek out the child. The child will seek me out. I find that absolutely interesting. Thank you for tuning in to Nana's Tarot and Oracles today. You make Nana's day, you and these interesting cards. You know, that oracle sort of strikes me as being the kind of thing that the emperor might say if you asked him what he thought were silly questions. Nana loves you and hopes you leave a question or a comment below. Select the like button, subscribe, and select all notifications. Nana will see you again soon with peace and love.